In this episode, bottom paint, anchor chain, lots of preparation, but guess what? Aqualibrium is in the water. Welcome aboard. Hey, so it's been a hectic couple of weeks getting the boat in the water, and we're actually on the water right now, which is tremendous. But as you know from the last episode, we had a gas leak in the starboard fuel tank, and we drained that out, and we've been flushing out the bilge. So with all that done, and with most of the smell gone, we were actually able to do a number of things that needed to be done. One of them is one of the stinkiest, dirtiest, messiest jobs imaginable, which is bottom paint. Now, in a perfect world, what you'd have is, fiberglass of the boat or wood. You put on a layer of sealant and then a couple of layers of anti-fouling paint, and that stops zebra mussel formation, which can really affect your fuel consumption and your performance of your boat. That's in a perfect world. Mine was anything but perfect. So I think what happened previously is the previous owner would just paint over and wouldn't, scrape it down necessarily. So there are bits. It kind of looks like concrete where there are different layers, and in some cases it works, in some it doesn't. So that was the first step, and that was last weekend. So I've got a clip of me just when I finished the port side of the boat. Hey, toxic fumes suck. So I've done the port side, more or less. And yeah, it's not pretty. It's not meant to be. It's just to put on a layer so that, unlike last year, I'm not using zebra mussel chow as one of the ingredients in the bottom paint. That's one half kind of done. And like I said, it's not too pretty. Don't look too closely, but it's much better than it was. And I do not look very happy, do I? Second step, anchor the chain and the rode. So I hooked up a battery to the setup and basically used the windlass and got all the anchor chain and rode, which is the rope that's attached to the anchor, got that off the boat. Two reasons. One is to inspect it and make sure it's attached at the other end, because nobody wants that stuff to go flying off the side. And the other reason was to mark it. So here's where I talk about marking the chain and how I do it. Okay, Jacqueline is on board, filling up the bilge with cleanser and water. And what I am going to do is I pulled out all of the anchor chain and rode because I wanted to inspect the condition, because nobody wants a surprise, and measure it out and mark it, because there have been markings in the past, but they've all faded. So the way I'm going to start is I'm probably never going to be in less than, let's say 5 feet of water. If you go with a 6-to-1 ratio of anchor chain for depth and add a couple of feet between sort of the top of the boat and then the water line, getting around 30 feet. I'm actually going to add a few more, but so 30 to 35 feet here. And then what I'll do is, it doesn't need to be an exact science. I'm not going to measure it out every 6 feet because I'm going to lose track. I'm going to be up on the fly bridge trying to see what's going on down here in terms of color coding. So I think I'm just going to do it for every 3 feet of water, which is 18 feet of chain. I'm going to round it up to 20 feet, and then it'll give me a sense of roughly how much water we can anchor in. And then what I'll do is some extra marking as we get closer to the road, so I know at what point we're doing rope or rode rather than chain. it's not a complicated science, and I've got some really bright paint. 2 colors too. And that would be the first one at 30 some odd feet, and then 20 feet. So that would be another 3 feet of water. I'm just going to wait for those to dry a little bit, and then flip them over, make sure that's done right, and then do the next one. And I think what I'll do is alternating colors. So the first red, the first yellow, and then I'm not sure exactly where I'm going to go from here. 2 red? Haven't really thought of that. I probably should. It's important. And again, I wasn't going for finite measurements. I was just going for something that would help me as I am just, trying to figure out how much chain I'm actually paying out, because I don't have a chain counter. It's an old windlass and it's an older boat. And finally, last Thursday, I got a call from the owner of the marina saying, hey, there are no cars in the parking lot, and, basically I was the only orphan left in there. What do you think? Let's put it in. And I went, hey man, the drain plug's in my truck. Hey, I got spares. Okay, let's do it. Splash it. So in it went. Now I am currently sitting jumping back. So it went in, and what I did is I was checking out the webcam as the boat was going in, which is kind of fun. And, well, I couldn't be there, so it was the next best thing. So, in the water. What next? Well, cleaning, of course, a lot of that. And replacing the old battery charger, the old Professional Mariner, with the new Pro Mariner 1240p battery charger. That is just going to be amazing. A lot more efficient, a smart charger. And when I bought the boat, the surveyor had said, hey, that battery charger, 28 years old, it's probably on its last legs. You might want to get a new one. So that's a good idea. Next step, the batteries. And I think finally, once the batteries get in this week, we'll show up next weekend, and we'll be in our new berth. Very cool. Stay tuned. If you enjoyed what you saw, click the like button, hit subscribe, tell your friends, leave us a comment, send us an email, all those lovely things, and we will see you next time.